Okay, I get it. Last Cuphead challenge, beating the game only using one specific weapon, I got an outrage in the comments. 1, saying that Twist Up was a good weapon, and 2, people spamming that Cagney was a boy. So today I'm going to find out. This is going to be a series. What's the worst gun in Cuphead? And today we're going to be beating the entire game with Lobber, which I think is going to be much worse. But we'll have to wait and see. Just quickly, this is my 300 subscriber special. It's been so quick. The amount of subscribers I've been gaining in the past couple of days, it's been so tremendous, and I just want to thank you, all of you. So without further ado, let's get started. Right, so we're starting a new save. Got to go through the book, tutorial, get the coins on the map from the orange guy. And then we're going to have to P-rank Forest Follies, which is probably the hardest thing to do in this entire challenge without any charms. But we did that just because we were only allowed to use Lobber. And then we got Lobber. And then we can get on with our first boss, which is going to be the Root Pack. Now obviously with any weapon this boss is very easy. The first phase was easy, the second phase was also very easy, and the third phase was a bit trickier because of the Lobber's range and can't really shoot up, getting rid of the carrots. But all in all, very easy boss. And now we're going to move on to Goopy Legrand, which was easy as well, you know, regular Goopy. Second phase was a bit tricky because I had to get a bit close and didn't get many shots because they were most of the time in the air. Final phase, I just had to be careful of the grave smashing down because I had to get quite close to be able to shoot it. But that's Goopy done, very easy. Next we're moving on to Ribby and Croaks, which was a bit trickier. The first phase was, yeah, I could shoot it during both of the attacks, but I couldn't really destroy the fireflies easily from Croaks. So that was a bit of a setback, but I managed to do it, of course. Second phase was also easy, and final phase was a breeze as well. So now we're going to be moving on to the Mausoleum just to get Super Art 1. Here's me doing it. Great. Next we're going to be doing Treetop Trouble to get some charms. So pretty easy. If I can P-rank it, then it's easy. So, yep, did that. After Treetop Trouble, it's time for Cagney. So, an outrage in the last video, Cagney's a boy, not a girl. I always saw them as a girl. Okay, so I'm just going to refer to them as them, because, I don't know. So, first phase of Cagney was very, very easy. I just had to stand on the closest platform and shoot, which wasn't too hard. Then on their final phase, it was a bit harder because I could only shoot on the first mushroom. But eventually, we managed to knock out Cagney without misgendering them, of course. Next, we're going to move on to Hildeberg, a plain level, so I can't really use any other weapon, of course. Here's me defeating Hildeberg. Very easy. Now, finally, we can move on to Inkwell 2, where we're starting off with Beppy the Clown. Now, the first phase of this was much easier than it was with Twist Up. Just a bit harder to defeat ducks because of the range on Lobber. Second phase was a bit trickier because the range on Lobber again. Third phase was a bit tricky because of the fire rate and, of course, of the roller coaster. And then, of course, final phase was easy. I just kind of had to shoot it. I used spread for that phase and both close range weapons. After Beppy, we go on to Baroness von Bonbon, who was just very easy. Well, wouldn't say very easy. Luckily this time I could use all of the first phase possibilities. I can do them all, even the muffin, the dreaded muffin. I know. And final phase was a bit trickier because I quite had to shoot them, but all in all, we managed to do it, and it was a decent challenge. Next, we're going to be moving on to Funfair Fever, just to get some more charms, which was very easy, as you can see me doing here. And then, speaking of running guns, we're going to move on to Funhouse Frazzle, which again was very easy, just a normal running gun. And then we're going to be moving on to Grim Matchstick, possibly the easiest fight I know it's a complete plot twist. Easiest fight of this entire video, I'd say. Grim was easy because I'd usually use Lobber for him, so yeah, of course, easy. So of course, first phase was easy, and then second phase was easy, and of course we defeated Grim Matchstick. Now moving to Jimmy and Wally, 2 plain ones. Here's me defeating Jimmy, and here's me defeating Wally. Very good. Now, we can move on to Inkwell 3, where we're going to be taking on Rumour Honeybottoms. Rumour Honeybottoms was easy. I'd use Lobber for Rumour Honeybottoms again, just because, you know, it's a useful gun for that boss. The first phase was easy. I just had to it was quite hard to shoot down, and I couldn't really get too close because of the worker bees and the bombs. The second phase, yeah, I just had to get quite high and shoot. Lobber had decent range, I suppose, for that. And then final phase was easy because Lobber goes down, so very easy for Rumour Honeybottoms. Next, we're going to be moving on to one of the hardest bosses actually in this challenge, Captain Brinybeard. Because of his position, he's quite high up, so using spread and Lobber would be a massive pain, of course. But I managed to do him. It was quite hard because I had to get close and jump, and I didn't get many shots, so I had to use my X moves a lot. And then final phase took a while because of the fast-moving things that come out of his tongue. So, yeah. But we did Captain Brinybeard, and it was very easy. Next, we're going to be moving on to Sally's stage play, which was quite easy again, since I just had to kind of shoot on the ground and it went into her for the first 2 phases. And then third phase, I just had to shoot up when I was underneath her. And the final phase was a bit tedious, but I just jumped and shot and used my X moves. So, pretty strategic fight, bit tedious, but of course we eventually managed to defeat Sally. Next, we're going to move on to Werner Vermin, you know, easy. First phase was super simple because I just had to shoot and I bounced into him. Second phase, I just had to go underneath him or beside him and it would work fine. Final phase, literal joke, I just had to shoot and it practically hit, just literally be in it, so it was fine. And that was Werner Vermin done. Next, we're going to be moving on to another one of the hardest bosses. It's going to be Phantom Express. Again, like it was with Twist Up, it's the first phase. Luckily, though, I didn't have to move the car into the middle. I could shoot it from the very left end. If I landed right on the edge, and the lobber didn't reach, I had to jump, and it very rarely hit the eyes. Pumpkins weren't making it easy either. Just a pretty difficult phase. Second phase, of course, was easy, so it was third and fourth, so we defeated Phantom Express. Next, we're moving on to Calamaria, another plain one. Here's me defeating Calamaria. And here's me defeating Dr. Cal's robot, another very easy boss. And now, finally, we can move on to Inkwell Hell with the casino. And now, of course, there's going to be specific bosses that I need to get with this. And that's going to be Tipsy Troop, which was easy. The only problem with Tipsy Troop, though, was the dad alcohol glass. I had to shoot over the other two, which was a bit tricky, but the other two would have been a bit difficult with Lobber anyway. So, yeah, it was a pretty moderate fight. And then we had to do Pip and Dot, which I thought was the easiest. Hocus Pocus without Invisible Dash is really hard. I didn't really want to ruin it by doing a plain one, so yeah. So we did Pip and Dot pretty easy. And then, of course, we had to do the hardest boss in the game, Mangosteen. So yeah, Mangosteen was really easy. I just had to sit underneath him and shoot, move like my joystick 1 time every second, you know. And then finally, the final boss of the casino, King Dice. King Dice was like simple. Just had to parry them and shoot, and they would all pretty much hit. Supers were useful, like always. And that's King Dice finished. Now we can finally move on to the Devil. Alright. First phase, I just had to jump and shoot, dodge his attacks. Very easy. Wasn't practical using Lobber, but, you know. Devil was usually quite easy. Second phase was a joke, literally. I just had to shoot, and since the hitbox is so big, just went in every time. Third phase was a bit more tricky because of the smaller hitbox and because of the bats, I'd call them, that come up from the blue bats that come from the ceiling. Usually I'd use spread to deal with them, but it was a bit hard to hit them. Final phase, yeah, I just had a bit of trouble hitting the eyes. But eventually, we managed to complete the game by only using LOBBER. So, there's another big video on my channel done. So please could you show support by liking this video and subscribing. You don't really have to, but it'd mean the world. Let's hope we can get another 8k views on this one. But this has been a joy to make, and it's been a joy to receive 300 subs. It's a beautiful milestone to hit, especially right after hitting 200. So thank you for watching this video, and bye.